Story time. One time, it was a cute, beautiful girl. She was the most beautiful girl of all the girls in the whole world. She was also very intelligent. She was also very special. She had many gifts. And everyone wanted her for her gifts. And they all fighting for her, and no one were ever thinking about her and what she wanted. They only wanted everything that she could give for them. So this girl, she was from a rich family. Her dad was a king, her mother was a queen, and she lived in a big castle alone with her family. And one day a woman come far away from another country. She came all the way from a cold country. It was never summer, it was never spring, it was never fall, it always was winter. This woman, she looked strange. She was all white. She had white hair, white eyes, and even white lips. She had long white nails, and she was really tall. And she come to this castle, and she said to the family, I really wish I can have a daughter like you have. I don't have any daughters. I don't have any children. I don't have a husband. So I can't have my own children. And I wish I could have yours. I heard about your daughter. She's very special and she have gifts, and I think I can learn from her. So I can buy your daughter if you like for all the money in the whole world, she said. But the father said, no, 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 we will never, ever sell our daughter. And the mother said, no, she's our daughter and we love her more than everything on this planet, on this world. This woman got really upset, but she didn't say anything. She just thanked them very much, hugged the little girl, and left. What I didn't know was that this woman from this really far away country, cold, ice cold country, actually was a witch. They didn't know that she had witch gifts. So she went home again, and when she come home, she started to do all this bad witchy magic. She said, I wish this family dies. I wish all the family dies besides only this tiny little girl. I wish to have this girl for my benefits. I wish to have this girl so I can be big, famous, popular, rich, beautiful. Make it happen, she said. And then she sat down and started to read her book. In a while, the family started to feel really sick. First, it was the dad. He couldn't breathe, he couldn't eat, and he got slimmer and slimmer, and he started to see strange things. He started to act weird, and everyone in this city started to think he was crazy. And one day, he just come to the castle, all skinny like a skeleton, and his eyes was big, and he looked really scary and really weird. No one recognized him anymore. He come to this castle, and he took a big giant knife. He went into the bedroom where the mother were, and he just cut the head of the mother. And then he ran around in the big castle looking for all the people that was working there. And he cut all the head of all the people that was working on in this castle. In the end, he went up to the top of the castle in the tower, tiny little tower with a tiny little small room. And he went up to the steps, and he took a rope around his neck and jumped, and he died in a seconds. All the people that was living in the city heard about it, and they all got so scared, all got so sad, and they all were sad for many, many, many years. No one could understand what happened to this family. No one could understand how a king could kill his own queen and all his workers, because he never had done any bad thing to no one. He was a really good person that did only good for his family and this country and all these people. So they all know something was really wrong. They didn't believe that he could do this. Anyway, they get into this castle to try to find this tiny little girl that still was alive, but they couldn't find her. Everyone was looking for her, but they couldn't find her. So they left, but they didn't know that this woman from this ice cold land just come to this country and pick up this girl and took her to this country. No one know that. And in this country, she told everyone that it was her sister's child, and everyone believed her. She locked in this girl in her house, big house that she had, and she left her in a room. She didn't let this girl have any friends. She didn't let this girl meet other people. She didn't let this girl to go to school. She didn't let this girl to play. She even didn't let this girl to dress herself or to eat whatever she wanted. She told this girl, "You're only gonna eat soup, nothing else. I don't want you to be fat. I don't want you to be ugly. I don't want you to talk. I don't want you to act out. You only do as I say all the time, or I will throw you to the walls." Wolves. These girls were only 5 years old, so she didn't know anything. She didn't even know what to do without her family. She had never been alone ever before. So she cried and cried and cried in her room, days and nights, years for years. She was sitting there alone all days and couldn't do anything besides looking out to the window and wish for her mom and dad to come back and pick her up. She didn't know that her dad and mother was dead. So she prayed to the stars, she prayed to God, she prayed to everything to please take her home again from this evil woman. But nothing happened. Years go by, and this girl grew up to be a really beautiful woman. And one day she took her clothes on and she said to herself, I will not stay in this house anymore. I will not be treated like a dog anymore. I'm gonna run away. So in the middle of the night when this evil woman slept, she went out through the door and left. And she never come back. Next day the woman didn't find her in her room, and she got all mad. She got all crazy and she screamed, Where is my daughter? Where is she? Find her! She screamed to everyone that were around her, but no one knew where she was. This young, beautiful woman find a friend, and she moved inside this friend's house, and she told her about this evil woman. And this friend said, You can stay here as long you want. I will not tell anyone that you're here, and I will help you with food and with everything you need. And one day this beautiful woman went outside on the street for a walk, and a young man saw her, and he got so in love with her. He went totally crazy in love, totally crazy in love. He went to her and he said, I love you so much. You're the best thing I ever seen. I really want to be with you. I do everything for you. Just give me a chance. This young woman said, Okay, I give you a chance. She didn't know that this young man was a crazy, evil warlock. He also wanted her only for her gifts. He also wanted her only for her beauty and what he can benefit from her. So when she come to his house, he locked her in his room, and he said, You will never leave me. You will stay here forever, and you will do as I say, or I will kill you. Yeah, I will kill you in a second. So do as I wish, and don't talk. Don't do nothing. Just stay here. So this young woman started to cry again, and she said, I just left this evil woman that was locking me inside her home. And in a second, I went outside. This other evil man come and pick me up, lied to me, and locked me inside his house. Why? Why? And she cried and cried and cried and cried. No one heard her. No one heard her scream. No one come to help her. No one did nothing. So she sat there for 2 years with this evil man that treated her like a dog. She cooked for him. She cleaned for him. She did his hair, his nails, everything he wanted, she did. But he was never satisfied. He always screamed at her. He even hit her. And he said to her, "You are a nothing. No one likes you. No one wants you. You are ugly. You are stupid. I hate you. You can never live because you have nothing. You are nothing." So this young woman started to believe in all this, what he said. So she didn't do anything. She was really scared for him because she knew that he could kill her. So one day, in the middle of the night, she took her clothes and sneaked out from the door and left. And she said, "I will never come back here. I will never live in this house again and be treated like a dog." And she left and never come back. This young, beautiful woman met another guy, another man. He was really tall. He was really beautiful. He looked like an angel with big, bluish green eyes, golden yellow hair. And he hugged her and he kissed her and he gave her a lots of love. And he said every single day, "I love you so much. You're so beautiful. You're the best thing I ever met in my life. You're all I wish for. And if you give me a chance, I will treat you like a queen. I will treat you like a god. Just give me a chance, please, please, please. You don't need to do anything for me. I just want you to love me, if you can love me. I will do the best to make you love me," he said. So for the third time, this woman started to think, okay, I gave him a chance. What can I do? I always believe in people. I never judge people. So I gave him a chance. At least I can do that. So they were together for years. They even married each other and they have a child. A beautiful, young, cute child, a boy with blue eyes, with brown hair, and very light skin. He was so beautiful. He looked like an angel. When this evil woman that had been looking for this girl all over the world heard about that this girl was married and that she was happy and that she was living with a beautiful man and that they had a child, a boy, she went mad. She totally lost it because she thought that this girl was dead. Because she thought that this girl couldn't find any place in this world. She thought no one would take care of her. She thought no one would like her because she didn't like her. So she thought everyone didn't like her. She went crazy and she said, I cannot stand this. I have to do something. She can't be happy without me. I won't let her to be happy. I won't let her to be free from me. I don't want her to succeed. I don't want her to be anything in this world. Only me, not her. So she went to a plan. She figured out the plan. She contacted this other man that was a warlock. And they come together and they started to think, they started to talk, and they said to each other, how can we make her sad? How can we make her to come back to us and be our slave and do as we want her to do? Because we don't want her to be out there on this planet, to be a big movie star or a big famous something, they said to each other. So we have to break this. We have to break this family. We have to break the love between them and separate them. And then she come back to us. And then she's gonna be our slave forever and do as we want. So they said, we have to do one thing, and that is to take her child from her. And when we take her child from her, she's gonna lose everything, and she's gonna crawl back to us, and she's gonna beg us to give her a chance again. So this warlock started to do magic with this evil old woman. They were sitting in their houses doing magic all days, all night. Evil magic. Break this family. Break this love. Make everyone die. Make everyone hate her. Make everyone destroy this family. Do it now so she come back to us. So one day this woman's husband woke up and he started to feel really sick. He was really dizzy. He was really sick. He couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't think. He couldn't do anything. He was so sick. He was lying in his bed every day, and he gets slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. And he started to look like a skeleton. And he got really big eyes. And one day he totally lost it. So he went up, took a giant knife, looking around his house, looking for someone. No one was inside, so he went outside and he found people outside and he started to cut the head on everyone that met him on the streets. He cut the head of everyone around him. So everyone called the police and they took him. And they took him to jail and they started to ask him why he did what he did. And he couldn't answer. He said, I don't have any memory of doing it. So they put him in jail, and when he come to his room, he took a rope around his neck and jumped from the table and died in a second. This young woman didn't find her husband. He didn't find. Didn't know what happened to him. So she went to this children children place where she put her child to school every day so he can go to school with his friends. She wanted to pick him up and take her child home again. But when she come to the school, no one knows where the child were. No one wanted to talk to her. No one wanted to say anything. No one wanted to explain anything. They didn't know nothing. They all just turned head away from her when she asked, where is my son? Where is my son? I can't find him. So the owner of the school come to this woman and he said, I'm sad to say, but the police took your child and left. We don't know why. That's the only thing we can say to you. So the woman went home again and she started to cry. And she cried and cried and cried and cried. Tears wouldn't stop. She was crying and crying and crying. And she said to herself, why? Why are they doing this to me? Why are they so evil? What have I done to them? I have never done them anything wrong. I have never done nothing to these people, and they just took my child. And they just put the love of my life to jail. And I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him. I haven't talked to him, she said. For 2 years, for 2 years, she was looking for her child, but couldn't find him. No one knew what the child was. No one told her. No one wanted to say anything to her. And she went to the prison to talk to her husband about this. But when she come to the prison, the police said, "We're so sorry to say that, but your husband died 2 years ago. He took his life. We don't know why. He couldn't explain what happened. He had no memory, and we don't know what happened to him. We're so sorry to tell you." And when the woman heard about this, she cried and cried and cried. So she went home again. And she was sitting there and thinking, what am I supposed to do now? They took my child, they killed my husband, and I am alone here. And then this woman started to send people to her home, evil people that was all, she have done a lot of magic on these people, so they didn't know what they did. They just did what she wanted them to do. And they come to her. They were all angry. They all screamed at her. They all treated her really bad. They said, "You had done this. It's your fault. We're not gonna give you back your son. We're not gonna tell what your son is. We're not gonna help you with nothing. We're gonna take your money. We're gonna take your house. We're gonna even throw you out to the street if you don't go back to this woman and do as she wants. You're gonna have your child back when you go back to this woman and live with her and be her slave. Then we're gonna tell you where your child is, and we're gonna maybe let you talk to him once, but we're not gonna give you back your child because it's our child now. You don't have nothing. You don't own your life, and we don't want you to have anything. So go back to this woman." They told her. And she said, "I will never go back to this woman. I will never go back to this warlock. I will never be treated like a dog. And I own myself. I own my life. And I am the boss over my life, over me. And I do as I want. I don't do as no one else tell me to do. So I'm not going to do as you want," she said. And they all got really, really mad. They went back to this evil woman and told her exactly what she said. And they all getting around the table, and they started to talk, they started to think, and they started to plan. How can we do so she go back and be our slave again? How can we stop her from even trying to live her life? So they all decided that they all gonna do magic on this poor, beautiful, innocent woman. Make her miserable, make her poor, make no one like her, make no one love her, make her alone, make her lose her home, make her lose her money, make her never have a job, make her never have any children, make her never have a husband, make her no one loves her, and make her be so sad that she want to kill herself. They all said that, days and night, all days, all night. They said that. This poor, beautiful woman started to feel that something was wrong. She went everywhere. No one wanted to give her a job. She didn't get any money. She didn't have any food. No one wanted to give her food. She couldn't buy any food because she didn't have any money. And the landlord said to her, "You can't live here because you don't have any money. You don't paying us for your home, so you can't live here. You have to go." And she have to go. And she said, "Where am I supposed to go now? I can't. They don't give me any job. They don't give me any money. I just can't live on air. I have to do something." So she went outside, and a beautiful woman met her on the street, and she told her, "You look sad. Do you need something? Can I help you?" And she said, "Yes, I need somewhere to live. I need some food because I lost everything." And this woman said, "You can live at my house. I would help you. I would give you food as long as you want. Just act right and you don't have nothing to worry," she said. So she went with this woman, and she lived there for many, many, many years. And she prayed to God, she prayed to the stars, she prayed to everything that existed. "Please remove this bad magic. Please remove these evil people. Please give me my son back. Please, 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 please help me." And one day, from nowhere, an angel come down to earth, and he went to this woman's house where she was lying on her bed and crying. He said, "Don't cry, little child. I am from the stars. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna remove all bad magic, and I'm gonna give you everything you want. We have seen your pain. We have seen your suffering, and we have seen how unfair people have treated you. And I promise you, you're gonna get back everything you want, and we're gonna give you more than that. And we're gonna take these people, and they're gonna have their own suffering. So don't worry, we're gonna take care of these people, and we're gonna stop them, and they're all gonna be sad for what they have done to you. And you're gonna have your child back. Don't worry. And we're gonna send you a new love, the love of your life again. Don't worry. He gonna come back in another human. Don't worry. Sleep. And then he left. The next day, the woman wake up and she felt really different. She went into the bathroom and looked into the mirror and saw that she was all different. It was something different with her. The skin was light, the skin was shiny, her hair was beautiful, big, long, healthy hair. She was beautiful before, but now she was more beautiful than before. So she went outside again and started to look for something to do. And then she met this beautiful young man, and he said, "Oh, I think I met you before. I think I recognize you somewhere. I don't know where, I don't know why, but something say that I've been had been meeting you before. I can't remember where, but I feel like we have been seeing each other. I really like to be with you. I really like to know you. Can you give me a chance?" He said, "Please." And she said she was so happy. "The only thing I give you a chance is if you say one thing, and only that person knows what I mean. You need to say to me. And if you said that word, that thing to, if you said that thing to me, then I know that it's you. And I will tell you everything after that." So this young, beautiful man went home and he was thinking the whole night. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't drink. He couldn't eat. He was just thinking and thinking. What does she mean? What am I supposed to say to her? I don't know. And then, all and suddenly, before the sun was going up, he just know. Just come to him. And he opened his mouth and he said, "Oh my God, can it really be like that?" Yes, it was like that. So he looked for her house again and he knocked on the door and said, "I know what to say." So he whispered in her ear and he said, "I know you from another life. I remember you. We were married in another life and I am back." "Yes, that's true," she said. And then she told the whole story what happened to her. And he got really sad for her. And he said, "I will help you to get back your son, and I will help you to revenge on all these people. I know what to do. I know who to talk to, and I'm gonna help you. Don't worry. I will do everything for you." And he left and he talked to one person. This person is a special person because he is the inner circle middle person, the person that have all the power, that is the boss of all humans on earth. He told him everything that happened, and he said, "There are people out there that using magic in the wrong way, and all these people should get punished. They also have taken this innocent child from this innocent woman just because they are jealous over her gifts, over her beauty, over her kindness, that she are a special girl with king blood. When this man heard about this, he said, okay, that's good that you told me. Now I'm gonna do something about it. And he left, and the next day, and he opened the door. The little child stood outside the door, really scared, really nervous. And when he saw his mom, he just hugged her and said, Mother, I'm so happy to come back. I missed you. I wondered all days, all night where you were. I couldn't find you. I thought I would never see you again. I love you so much, Mother. Forgive me. Forgive me that I trusted wrong people. And the mother said, Oh, don't you worry, my son. I always loved you and I never thought anything bad about you. I know it was not your fault. And they all left and lived very happy for the rest of the days. Bye. Good night. See you later.